that one movie that Sean Bean didn't die in, and you are going to be that movie. This is going to be the time that you stand up and you stand out, and Team Sean Bean is not going to go down without a fight. So let's see what they can do as, ladies and gentlemen, we get into game number 2 of the night. Team Moist.
All right, Jake.
Versus Team Jake. Sean Bean.
PG stream, by the way.
Hey, it is a PG stream. I'm just doing a little ASMR, you know, just a little ASMR.
All right. Yeah. You know, the first time I joined the stream, I wondered what was up with that hat. I wondered, why is the man wearing a Teemo hat? Teemo is one of the trolliest characters in the game of League of Legends as far as the community is concerned. I quickly learned why.
Wait, Enders! Welcome, Enders! And Jimbo for the host as well. Appreciate that. I swear that I'm not a true troll. Scouts code.
So as far as bans go, I mean, when it comes to a free-for-all, they're all target bans people have done. They've just looked up the enemy teams and, okay, they play this a lot, they play this a lot, they play this a lot. So bans are just usually just all over the place.
Except there's no particular ban against Salic. Everyone should know when Salic is in the game, you ban a Mumu. You gotta ban a Mumu. That is
Raylick or Salic?
Salic.
Which one are we talking about?
Raylick?
Actually, Salic. Okay.
Raylick, you ban Fizz, you ban Orianna, and you ban LeBlanc, unless he's playing the ADC role. And then you ban Kai'Sa, Caitlyn, and I'm trying to think of who the other ADC is that he's played. Lucian, maybe? But
you mean none of the 3 bans that were banned?
None of those. None of those whatsoever. Oh, because they're counter-picking the Fizz. Oh, I like this. So you went to Jared, says, I don't even know whether you play Fizz or not, Raylick. I don't know if you're going to be mid lane or bottom lane. I'm just going to pick the Fizz. I love that. I love that.
The Kayle ban coming in. I'm so excited to see what happens with the Morgana Kayle rework. Maybe a discussion for later, but just a side note, because I saw the Kayle ban come through. Just a side note.
Yeah, that Kayle work looks pretty good. I'm a big fan of her ultimate, even though it doesn't make any sense at all. I personally think it's fairly beautiful. I'm excited to see.
It looks nice. I mean, hey.
It's all about the pretties, right? It's all about the shiny. Looking beautiful. This accident. Oh, he accidentally picked Fizz instead of banning it. Okay. All right.
Yikes.
Remake up till the Fizz pick.
Well, I think they're saying they didn't mean to ban one of the 3 bans, and they meant to ban it.
That's what I mean. All it. They should stop picking right now.
Someone should just hit that quit button.
I think they should keep the bans that they have, but
well, if they intended to ban Fizz, maybe one of them was a misclick, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I don't know that it's necessarily the fairest to, same bans, change Fizz. The thing is that I didn't want to, I don't want to force them
all he said was picked Fizz. I don't know why I heard you say they meant to ban it.
Well, I was saying that it would have been wise for them to ban the Fizz, but I don't think that they should necessarily get to ban the Fizz in the first 3 bans. And the reason why is because Warwick was picked by Cosmic Zayat, right? And so it kind of balances out you don't have to play the Fizz if you don't want to play the Fizz, but you don't get to ban the Fizz for free and have another ban available. So there's only so far that we can back time up. And I think a good way to even it out is to say, go ahead and same bans, but then we're going to go into a brand new pick phase, which is about as that's the fairest that I can give. So.
Yeah, no. I thought for some, I don't know why, I thought they came back and said, "Oh, we meant to ban Fizz," but in which case I would say, "Oh, the Zoe ban was actually a Fizz ban" or something like that. But whatever. That's besides the point. So wonder if they'll stick with the Warwick here. I think they have to stick with the Warwick, yeah. And then now here we'll get to see what the real picks are. Excuse me. Here.
There we go. So, all right. So you went to Jared instead, decides to go ahead and lock in the Draven, looking like he's going to be going the ADC route. Good damage early. As Jack's also.
Oh wait, I'm looking the wrong way. It's over here. What are you doing to my face, bro?
Oh, I see. Let me close that. There you go. Fixed it. That is Blitz app. Totally not sponsored. There we go.
Totally not sponsored.
Totally not sponsored. If it was, I would be shouting out Blitz far more often. As Leona was locked in by Merciful Vendetta this time around, that means Iron Hands gets his iron hands on the Hookmaster of Thresh himself. I don't know if his hands are made of iron or not, but it'd be cool if it was. As we move into the second ban phase, this is where they can ban the Fizz if they want to. If that was the original choice, they can ban the Fizz, and it's kind of worked out to the best benefit for everyone involved. And what I was hoping is that we'd get through to the second ban phase where they have the opportunity to ban the Fizz, and we'll see whether or not that Tristana was meant to be banned, or if that was a panic ban. It could have been. They still get a second ban as well to ban the Fizz. But also, Rayleigh could be going the ADC route, as we do have a Warwick for the jungle, Leona support, Fiora top, which means we're still missing a mid and AD carry.
I like the Fiora pick. The Fiora pick's spicy, and the reason it's spicy is because Fiora versus Jax is basically a skill matchup. It's not heavily favored in one direction or the other, although it's Fiora's lane to lose. If it's just a mind game with that Counter-Strike. When will the parry come in? Will it come in early to predict the Jax early end of Counter-Strike, or will it go all the way through? The world may never know. They're gonna have to counter-pick Rayleigh here. They'll probably save last pick to see, okay, what's Rayleigh gonna play.
It could also be Jax in the jungle, as we've seen him be played before, both on this stream as well as in the LCS. I think only one time, though. So it could be a Silas what? For either top or mid.
That might be a Jax jungle then. They might just be picking their champs here. Perhaps due to a lack of champions owned by some people.
Now we get to see what the master himself, Rayleigh, gets to pick up. Is he going to go the ADC role? Is he going to go mid lane? Looking like the mid with the Echo. Even though Fizz was up and available, he says, looking at this composition, I want to pick the Echo, the high mobility, the opportunity to get in, deal damage, and most importantly, get out with that ultimate.
But he's probably expecting this to be a Silas mid with a Jax top. So he might get surprised by something. I don't know what that something is.
Believe in our future.
Thank you, Merciful Vendetta, for following the stream. Appreciate that. I'm surprised you haven't followed before, considering who you are. But either way,
I thought the LeBlanc would come through. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, you know what, LeBlanc might come through here.
You gotta say it though to get credit.
I know. I don't get credit. I don't get the credit.
There it is. Trade over with Cosmic Xayah. Look at that. Sparkle Pause grabs the Warwick as traded out, and Cosmic Xayah grabs the shocker Xayah. Good stuff though from both teams. Interesting compositions. They got some nice front lines of the Leona as well as that Jax. They've got the CC champions, Warwick, Thresh. They've also got the carries as well. We'll run through those champions and players and then get into doing some analysis of their compositions as a whole. For the side of Team Moist, we've got Cosmic Xayah taking the Xayah bottom lane 80 carry role with the teleport. Interesting choice. Merciful Vendetta on the Leona support. Fallen Angel YT16 with the Fiora top lane. Rayleigh grabbing the Echo from the mid. And last but most definitely not least, Sparkle Paws taking Warwick in the jungle.
For Team Sean Bean, we have You Went to Jared on the Draven 80 carry, or Master on the Jax jungle, Iron Hands on the Thresh support, Salic on the Silas top lane, and 44 on the LeBlanc mid lane.
So I just gotta say, I've seen Silas ultimates a handful of times, but I'm definitely pretty far away from getting to see him use all 144 champions that are in the game. This time around, I gotta watch Silas Ultimate Echo. I mean, how awesome would that be? I want to see Silas suddenly have a shadow behind him.
So does that mean the second he grabs the Echo, that's when he starts having the trail?
Probably. That would be my best
right?
guess.
Yeah.
And he's got such a long cooldown to use it that he can grab it, hang out for a long while, and then pick and choose his engage. and being able to jump backwards in combination with his heal. It's going to make for some interesting fights. There's also opportunities for him to steal away Leona's ultimate and make sure that they get a nice lockdown for an engage, setting up for the Jax or Thresh to follow in after with their own CC. And don't forget, if he wants to add more heals, just throw in a Fiora ultimate. Why not? He's got high mobility, plenty of dashes around to make sure that he grabs all of those critical hits, and could be some fun times for him. Salic going to be doing what he can. Though this is going to be pretty interesting. Is the Trail of Echo art or Silas art? It should be the Silas in the trail. Yeah, it should be.
So, I get that Silas is fun to play. I don't think you pick Silas when they take Fiora. Fiora actually counters Silas very, very hard. So I'm curious to see what happens in this.
LeBlanc top lane, Silas mid before.
And I don't know if you get the in before at the end of that. Sure.
It's like an Echo ultimate. I just ult backwards at the end.
I'll tell you what. Fiora also hard counters LeBlanc because LeBlanc tries to do her combo and Fiora just pushes W and laughs.
This is true. This is true. And most likely with Silas taking the teleport, he's going to be in the top lane. LeBlanc in the mid also makes more sense, as we saw last game. Plenty of roam potential to move around the map. You're looking for explosive moves onto the Xayah in the bottom lane. And yeah, this should still be all right. But go ahead and talk a little more about that Fiora versus Silas, because he is a newer champion. Things pretty interesting with him.
Yeah, so Fiora actually can fight him at all points in the game and wins just about every single fight. Those vitals do tons of damage. It's just not favored in Silas' favor. And even when Silas steals Fiora's ult, doesn't really gain much for it because he goes AP, not AD. So the damage is super lackluster. That all being said, general draft-wise, I actually like Sean Bean's composition. I think Draven Thresh is super strong if Draven gets a lead. I don't know if Team Moist has the kit the need to deal with it outside of Warwick. If they're able to stop Warwick from jumping onto Draven, they can just play around Draven. Yeah. Because Draven's one of those hyper-carrying champions where if he gets ahead, arguably out of all AD carriers, even almost all champions in the game, Draven's one of those where he gets one kill and you go, oh no. Why? Why me? Oh no.
Pain. And what's even worse is that we might see an early game invade, Thresh, one of those nice champions at the beginning of the game, and added to by the Jax Counter-Strike to try to get an early pick. Now, they are on red side, so things are going to be a little bit more dangerous if they try to invade through, say, the bottom side of the map, that Tribe Rush, but
I think it could work. I think especially against this team, like the general composition-wise. They have Leona, but they can just about grab anyone, and they're pretty solid. I mean, Draven level 1, I don't think anyone needs to be told has a lot of damage. Xayah, super lackluster early. Warwick can't start Fear, or he screws his own jungle clear time. Echo can arguably just throw the slowdown to try and disengage, but they have to be in position for it. LeBlanc could start Chain if she wanted to. I think I really like what I saw coming out of pick ban phase of from Team Sean Bean here. However, I'm curious to see what happens in the top lane for this game.
We'll have to check that out in a minute. As ladies and gentlemen, we get into our second game of the night. Team Moist versus Team Sean Bean. The game is favored in the hands of Team Moist, but like all games, regardless of skill matchup, there is still that element of unexpected that can come in. So, thank you all for joining us tonight, especially for the newer people. Feel free, if you like the content, to follow. But otherwise, no expectation to. Happy to have you back in the future, or to just move along to another stream. I'm mostly happy that Spoons is here. He's literally on the other side of the world. It is insane how much he's on the other side of the world. Also want to hear more about where he lives, as he says that it is pretty much always summertime. Perpetual summer is what he said. No invades to start us off. Everyone going to be playing
so
safe.
Surprisingly, Sean Bean opting for the 5-point strategy here.
I can't even. I don't know where to begin.
Yikes! Xayah with a little bit of BM lines there. I had no idea she said that.
Wait, Leona or Xayah?
Xayah.
Oh yeah, let's get down.
That edge line, that voice line.
I missed it. I heard Leona's because I'm so used to Leona's.
She said, the next person to call me edgy is getting choked to death.
Ooh!
I'm like, right. Yikes!
Sorry, Sasuke. We know who's choking you next. I know that meme's a little bit dead, but probably dead as Sasuke
My
is after being choked 10,000 times. Thank you, Cole Mir, for the follow as we are getting into game number 2. I do think that, yeah, Olaf Jungle is much more of a pick as there's some squishier jungles that are currently in the meta, like Zac. It's a lot easier to fight a Zac when you are Olaf. You get a lot more pressure in the jungle, kind of like a Graves, but I think he's still viable in the top lane depending on who it is. Aggressive moves from the bottom side of Sean Bean, trying to move forward. They don't find the hook. However, Leona is able to land a nice Zenith Blade to get herself out of harm's way as the Flay is going to miss from the Thresh, and that's what he started for level 1.
Am I allowed to criticize heavily? Is that allowed?
You can
Silas
talk about how
Aftershock?
you think
Silas
that it's an interesting choice.
Okay. So there's a couple interesting choices I'd like to
point out.
I'd like to go over. Point out. Thank you.
There you go. Point out some interesting choices. We get a little bit of a 1v1 in the top lane. I think they're just going to be harassing each other. Go ahead.
So Silas, first of all, Silas typically should take E level 1, and the reason is because when he uses his dashes, he has 2 available, and each one provides an enhanced auto. So usually that's why. And also against Fiora, you can negate some of that damage early instead of Q like he opted. Also, Aftershock is pretty risky on Silas because if you don't land your E, if you don't land your hook for the CC, you don't, like, just like there, I miss it. You can't proc Aftershock with anything else. So a little bit of a risky style here.
Well,
curious how that ends up working out.
Losing out on that top side to mention. She's staying up in farm, but her health definitely dropping a little bit more than Silas. He's got that corrupting potion.
Correct.
Most of those, though, so things are going to get pretty spicy in that top lane in a little bit. Pings used from blue team, thinking Jax maybe on that top side. He's just entering the jungle now, so that'll be a little bit. Fiora, however, backing off gives Silas a little bit of breathing room to keep that farm even.
I like how LeBlanc is playing this lane. LeBlanc's playing it really safe, just going for the farm, understanding that her job this game, because of the rank difference, is to simply beat even and stay alive as she goes in, looking for the trade. Yeah.
A very cool point by Doc Shocker in the chat, pointing out that just because Silas Aftershock doesn't help him right now, he can steal a couple of ultimates. Think like maybe the Leona ultimate, in which things could be a little bit more useful. Nice spear used by Warwick in the mid lane. LeBlanc going to be in trouble. Hops back with the distortion to get out of harm's way, trying to bait Warwick maybe underneath that turret. But is able to get out alive without having to use that flash, which is the more critical point in that mid lane. Is keep in mind, Salic in this top side is very low on mana.
Yeah, and to your point, theoretically, yeah, he could grab one ultimate for look for CC, like perhaps a Leona or Warwick, but that's for one Aftershock proc in mid to late game. I think most Silases. So if we just look at numbers, don't worry about like what is or is not better. Most Silases look towards Grasp, because they can look for those trades, those powered trades, where he can look to auto a couple minions and then E in to get the safe.
A little bit of a jungle fight. Sparkle Paws caught out. Orma's going to try to finish him off. He is able to smite away the Gromp, so he has earned that for himself. Burns the flash to get over the wall. The flash 5, Jax to follow. Ormas wants this. 144 going to hop over the wall. Who's going to secure first blood? It's the LeBlanc. 44 picking it up for Sean B.
Very unfortunate timing there. Jax happened to come just as all Leona comes in.
Engaged on the bottom side. The stun comes through, but Jarrett hasn't lost hardly any help. Zaya also gonna get out of that one just fine. Mostly the supports poking away at each other.
But look at the CS difference already in bot lane. 550 in, and there's already a 17 CS difference, with not too much of a difference in the minion wave there to negate that.
Something to note if you're a support watching this, keep in mind, look at how many times Thresh actually throws out the hook. Not much. It's the potential for a hook that he's using to threaten, as Rayleigh in the mid lane going to get snared up by 44. Ignite for Ignite. Corrupting Potions pop for both of them, so they will be able to get out alive, but a lot of spells burn. It's actually LeBlanc considered sticking around, but will once again restart that wave clear. Oh, nice play by the Thresh. Disengages Leona Zenith Blade. She's going to be forced to flash underneath the turret. And Jared continues to harass away, securing himself a nice CS lead. And now they're going to be able to pick up the first plate off of this bottom tier turret as Jax secures the Mountain Drake for the side of Sean Bean. They're looking pretty good right now. Very
early, too. Like, I really, really like that play from Jax. A lot of junglers don't even look to ward up Dragon around this time because they just don't expect the enemy jungler to look for it, unless you're playing someone like Shyvana.
But here comes the Warwick around the corner. We'll see. He doesn't have his ultimate. He's only level, I believe it is 4. Decides not to engage, but just his presence is enough to cause Sean Bean to back away. And Ormas is going to die to blue buff. Oh, one auto attack away. The big rip. Don't want to see it on stream, but it's hilarious every time. As no mana LeBlanc in the mid lane uses the clone from the passive and a nice chain to CC Sparkle Pause for the moment. Silas coming in. He's got the Fiora ultimate. LeBlanc is going to go down. Silas says, I got my own ulti. Don't need to steal yours. You don't even have yours yet. Echo, however, comes in with a nice stun. Rayleigh securing a kill on Salek, who just doesn't have the early game damage to take down that Warwick.
Yeah, so again, he missed the hook there, which meant he couldn't proc the aftershock. Just so you know. But outside of that, though, I like what LeBlanc tried to do there. She tried to bait it in, saying that, oh, Silas is coming, I can look for the bait here. I think she could have backed up a little bit more, though, because she did end up dying to Chilling Smite there, which was super unfortunate. Getting killed by Smite, as always, that feels bad.
Feels Xeno man, who isn't even here to defend himself, but hilarious nonetheless, as Rayleigh has done so well in this mid lane, about a 10 CS lead over this LeBlanc, and getting himself a kill earlier, but the gold fairly even between both teams. I'm really curious.
Actually, Silas is not doing too bad in top lane for a counter matchup.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see where he goes with his build, because he's got that catalyst and might be a Rod of Ages, trying to bring a little bit more tank for his team. As the Fiora's, she's carrying a lot of knives. That's all she needs to worry about. Bring more knives to the party. Whoa, 44. Now, that's a nice root, and actually trades some damage, keeping things fairly even in the mid lane. Jax is around the corner, but more focused on those Raptors. We get a bit of fight on the top side. Salek, it's a nice knock-up. However, he's trying to back his way against the wall. Keep Fallen Angel for getting the last critical hit. He will get the critical hit, though. Force the flash out of the Salek with a dash forward for Fallen Angel. Secure the kill, and gets away from the turret.
That is the unfortunate part. He has no way to run away from Fiora once she pops that ultimate. That movement speed she gains from it is pretty hefty.
Ormas coming to the top side. Nice flash, but the Chilling Smite will secure a kill. She parries, but that's just a little bit of damage on red buff. All that's necessary to kick that Fiora down, send her back to the graveyard.
Yeah, I think if I am Team Sean Bean right now, as Jax, I say, let me just play around this Draven. This Draven's up 35 CS, 34 CS. We could just win the game through him. Like, he's getting so many stacks. If we can get that Adoration proc, Draven will be in a very, very good place. Just seeing a level 7 Draven almost one-hit a ranged minion is terrifying. At 10 minutes in.
He's 81 farm to the 44 CS of Cosmic Xayah. They're going to find Warwick in the jungle. Nice lantern from the Thresh as well.
Oh, no.
And he actually steals away the kill to top it all off.
That would have been so good for Draven, but that's alright. A kill is a kill.
You know what? It's just kill secure, not kill stealing.
Ooh. Barely missing.
Tickles the tail feathers of the Xayah as she's able to get back in
Quite
time.
literally. I see what you did there.
Double BF sword for each of the ADCs. Echo waiting for 44 to walk into danger's way. You can't walk into a brush unless you got distortion and just hop out. She's actually going to go right back in. Interesting choice. This capital INT is going to be knocking Rayleigh down to about half health as well. Goes in with the ignite, hopping away. She can't distort back in place. Distorts away from the ultimate from Rayleigh. They both swap places. These mid laners giving you headaches every time you see them fight. Ormas re-ganking on that top side. The stun from the Jax parried. Fallen Angel walks away.
Who's the real master player here?
That is the question. Is another death sentence going to miss on Xayah? But these are getting closer and closer, and eventually Iron Hands is going to find one of these, and that should spell the death for the Xayah.
And I mean, given the skill difference indicated by rank, LeBlanc's doing really well in this lane. Oh, death sentence does land down. That's
Sparkle Paw's in trouble though. Salix secures himself a kill in the bottom lane. The death sentence finally goes down, and that's what I'm talking about. You get yourself the Xayah kill. They lose the Thresh, but it's still an ADC for your support, which is generally speaking worth it. Now Sean Bean, they've got the pressure on the Rift Herald. They're going to start it up as a second Mountain Drake is available on the map as well.
But Iron Hands picked up the kill there.
Oh, he picked up a second kill? Yeah, Draven, 0 kills. And he needs those kills to get his adoration stacks. He's currently 103 CS with 0 adoration having been claimed so far. 44, whoa, forces the flash out of this Rayleigh. In the mid lane. Jax is around the corner. We could see him trying to make a gank.
I think he's just going to throw his Rift down. Oh, he's going to push for the Dragon.
Ormast and Thresh collapsing. The flash forward from 44. Ultimate from Raelix robs LeBlanc low, but that's just the clone. You can't kill the clone. The Warwick comes in. Infinite Duress used on Iron Hands. Turns to kill for D4. However, flashing the wall, I still don't think it's going to be enough to go down. Another death
that's
sentence.
Just 3-1.
Makes him 3-1. Happy days for this Thresh.
This Draven right now is sitting there going, "That's alright! I don't need kills. It's all good."
Draven needing kills? What is this? This isn't League of Legends.
I'll sit on 345 stacks.
Mountain Drake started up. Leona tries to kill, but Xayah gets it! No way! No misreading the map this time around. Cosmic Xayah steals away the Mountain Drake with the double feathers of the Q.
Jax smited Warwick in the fight earlier. He didn't have smite for that.
Oh, man. That is a feels Xeno. Double daggers coming out. Cosmic Xayah, perfect timing. Beautiful play. As Fallen Angel trying to make his own play on the top side. Drops the ultimate onto Salix. He's stolen his own. It's Crit Strikes versus Crit Strikes. Who's going to get it first? Looks like Salix actually finds the position. The healing comes out for both of them. They're trying to regen back up. The fighting continues. The CC knocks her up, and she parries it. And she's going to be able to fall. Take Silas down. Fallen Angel, nice secure as there's going to be more fighting on this bottom side play. Knocks Leona backwards, but the Thresh going to be in trouble. Flashes away. Draven's to the backside, finishing off Cosmic Xayah. She flashes. Will live for now. Merciful Vendetta drops the low, and an axe will secure that kill. But it's traded again for the Thresh, getting a little bit of a shutdown gold over to the Warwick as he's going to fall. And finally, Draven's found 2 kills. Adoration stacks complete. Ormast can't escape from Rayleigh, who's got massive movement speed in the mid lane. Now that he's picked up that Hex Tech Proto Bell, still going to be a huge amount of damage on the bottom and mid lane turrets respectively. We'll see which team can secure it first. I think Draven wins in this trade of objectives.
And he's sitting on, let's see after this, 2.3k gold now. Oh, this Draven's going to hurt.
A happy gladiator when he gets back to the fountain. If Blue wins this game, it's going to be a long one, says Sasha. It could be. Always happy to cast long games, but we do enjoy explosive team fights regardless. 4,000 gold lead for Sean Bean. We saw last game, 4,000 gold lead. Still took another 10 to 15 minutes to actually close out. We'll see how long this game does last as we can check in the slower moments what the next Drake is. It's going to be a Wind Drake. Not nearly as exciting. Come on, RNG. Give us Infernal next game.
Oh, you said you pan over it. What did you mean by that?
Okay, so if you click with your middle mouse button, you can slowly pull the camera a certain direction. It's very smooth and gentle. And I use that when the camera's around the bottom side to pan over to the Drake to watch or to see what the symbol is in the Drake pit to then know which it is. Because if you actually look,
am I just boosted? I never knew that.
Yeah, if you look at the wall, that tells you what the next Drake is that's going to spawn. And you memorize which pattern, which wall symbol goes to which Drake. And that's pretty simple stuff. As Fiora drops in the top side, Rayleigh finally secures that turret in the mid lane. Took him a recall to find it. LeBlanc going to get some nice damage down on Sparkle Claws. No kill, though, as 4 members going group together from the side of Team Moist. They want to find another kill. They want to even this up. They're trying to collapse around the back side of Sean Bean on the top, who's able to secure a kill. The ultimate stolen. So Silas has Raylick's ultimate. We'll see what happens with it. There he goes. He's got that walk from the behind. Is Cosmic Zaya going to be in trouble? It's still a fight, though. Infinite Duress used by Warwick on the top side. Still drops to 44. He's got plenty of damage. Ignite takes down, though. Takes her away. Ormas securing that kill. And now we got 2v1 versus Salic until Ormas joins the fight. Double kill for Raylick. So no ultimate available now for that Silas. Nice. Death sentence by Iron Hand secures the kill onto Raylick. Plays the Leona backwards as well. Merciful Vendetta. This Leona's got nothing, so she dances her way to the grave. Love it when you fully commit to the end. That was beautiful stuff. As Fallen Angel, the only one left alive from Team Moist, has to defend against 3, pushing the top side.
So interestingly enough, when Silas stole the Echo ult, it didn't start from there. It actually backtracked.
Okay, so it's been keeping track of his pathing for a while.
So that was just an interesting interaction.
That is crazy. Death Sentence lands on a minion, but the play will secure at least a little bit of damage onto Fallen Angel. Warwick as well. Sparkle Paws dropped low. Oh! Draven tried to use the Dark Passage from the Thresh to reset his ultimate. Whirling Blades as it came backwards. Wasn't quite enough to find the kill onto Warwick, but they do secure on Fiora, who oversteps a little bit. Raylick gonna hop forward. Ormas on his tail, though. The Jax can't survive, and Raylick gets a nice shutdown bounty for himself, 600 gold. And that says to Sean Bean, maybe it's time to leave. JK, LeBlanc gonna follow Raylick forward, backwards, all over this blue buff opportunity. Sparkle Paws goes down 44. He's got plenty of burst, hopping back and forth over the wall once again. Raylick is still following. Leona ultimate will stun up Salic for a moment, who's just playing with Raylick on this side. As Cosmic Zaya drops to Draven around the top lane turret. Merciful Vendetta trying to escape once again. And Iron Hand's just causing chaos, playing her backwards. She's got nowhere to go. Hook really goes back in, trying to find the burst. Salic should drop as it tears through him. One more time, the Q comes backwards, and Raylick follows LeBlanc through the jump. Are you kidding me? This is why he's a master tier player. 7-2. He's coming back in for more. Fallen Angel doing what he can to keep these members in the game, but it's Draven who's got plenty of damage, flashing forward. He needs one more axe to finish off the Org, pick up a double kill, sending himself 6-0. Jared is just destroying this game. Sparkle's Paws says, here, let's make it 7-0. 2 more auto attacks, I think, will be enough. The Infinite Duress underneath the turret, but it's not enough. The axes are going to come flying back, but Warwick gets the kill with the turret shot. Are you kidding me? Make the caster eat his own words, why don't you?
He died sitting on 3.4k gold. Even after dying. Oh, he's not done yet!
Sparkle Paws flashing forward, gonna find the fear and the auto attack. Easy cleanup on the 4 and 3 now Thresh. Yes, please give your Thresh 4 kills.
So, as I was saying, he had a 1,000 bounty, and he's still at a 650 bounty, even after dying. Speaking about you went to Jared on the Draven there.
Being a nice carry for his team, but 44 also finding some critical kills on the back of these team fights. Has gone down a handful of times, but as long as you're killing those damage dealers, you're giving that Draven the opportunity to clean up fights left, right, and center. And really, credit to this Thresh on his hooks and CC. Not only being able to secure kills onto the Leona every time that she tries to go in, but Raylick has actually dropped 3 times this game, which is a bit surprising.
You are hyping up Raylick quite a bit here, huh?
Hey, he's the master tier player who's 1v9 before, okay? He's a really good player.
I think LeBlanc deserves a lot of credit here for the laning phase.
Sparkle Paws finding another fear onto Iron Hands, but the revenge is going to be for Sean Bean. They've secured themselves a kill. Merciful Vendetta still stepping forward. Cosmic Zaya over to the side. We'll see as the fight breaks out who comes out into lead once more. Merciful Vendetta flashes away underneath the turret, but can't survive the Draven ultimate. Whirling Blade secures one. Cosmic Zaya on the run. Hits the blast cone. I think it was actually Iron Hands that hit the blast cone to reposition away from the ultimate from the Zaya. He's going to go back in, drop the Lantern as well to reposition 44 to pick up the kill. Raylick's been split, pushing on the bottom side will secure 1 turret, but it is free turret in the mid lane for Sean Bean. Now they move on to the inhibitor turret. 5 members strong. They should be able to pick up the inhibitor turret and maybe the inhibitor as well. What can Raylick do on this Echo?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what I was saying. You have a Draven who's 8-1. For some reason, doesn't Berserker's Greaves, but I'm sure he'll buy it sooner than later. It's looking pretty hard for blue team right now. They need to opt for some sort of split push strat and say, all right, Fiora wins against Silas. Let's play around that. We're just gonna chillax and try and wave clear because we have Xayah and Echo who do have really, really good wave clear. Oh, but if they get if Sean Bean picks up Baron here, that's gonna
Raylick is in the middle of the fight, looking to make something happen. He's gonna knock backwards, and that's gonna drop the Jack's extremely low. 44 hops backwards. Warwick is waiting there. Says, I got a snack coming delivery style. I'll pick you up. And they drop the Silas as well. The jungler's down for another 25 seconds. Baron on the menu for Team Moist.
They were on Baron without Draven there. That was a very aggressive play. If Draven was there, that fight could have gone totally different.
Iron Hand still here, but he's going to be engaged upon over the wall. Draven's here. We'll see what damage he can do as he's the only member standing alive until the ultimate from Leona comes through. That should secure the kill. They found the stun. Draven is dropping low bit by bit. The CC is just too much for him to handle. He's getting heals. He gets one treated back, but it's only him for Fiora, and Baron is still on 4 members of Team Moist. They got to defend the base, though.
So Draven opting for the Merc Treads. Find that to be a little bit interesting. I think a better idea might have been for Iron Hands to look for a Crucible and let Draven just get Berserker Greaves and just be a DPS monster. But we'll see if those Merc Treads end up becoming, maybe I'll be surprised here. Maybe they'll end up becoming really useful against the Leona, or maybe even the Warwick. All in all, though, I mean, blue team picking up Baron, closing that gold gap quite a bit. I wonder if he intentionally left that blue buff at 1 HP there.
5 kills. I think so. Giving it over to Raylick on that Echo is pretty nice. The Windrake will be spawning in 16 seconds. That will be the second Windrake of the game. If Team Moist are able to secure it, they will even up those Drakes. Root comes down onto Leona. Death Sentence lands onto Warwick. Silas is here. He's going to throw out the chains. Merciful Vendetta drops a nice ultimate, but still falls as Silas will welcome his second kill into the game. Another nice hook from the Thresh, throws out the Lantern. Who's going to take it? It's going to be bringing in the the LeBlanc, who says, I'll pick up the Cosmic Xayah. Sparkle Paws doing what he can, hops away with the Infinite Duress, flashes as well. Salic in trouble, Fallen Angels over to the side, secures one as the Drake is picked up by Jax. Raylick trying to split push on the top side, doing the only thing that he can to help his team at this point. He will secure that second tier turret. That means the side of Sean Bean going to have to back away. No more objectives for them after picking up that Windrake for themselves. They got to stop this from the top side. Raven shows up, getting some chunk damage down. LeBlanc around the corner. Who can chase this one? And he goes golden, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to go down till the ultimate's backwards out of 4v4. Roots up underneath the turret. There it is. When you go golden around a Draven and a LeBlanc, there's only so much outplay potential you can do.
Yeah, that was actually a really good chain by LeBlanc, though. If that chain didn't land there, if Raylick managed to sidestep that chain, he probably would have traded 1-for-1. But like I said, LeBlanc, gotta give LeBlanc tons of credit here, playing it very, very well right now. Honestly, I mean, Raylick's getting a little bit smurfed on here. Blue team now trying to play a little aggressive. I think push up the vision line as they should be. The gold difference narrowing down now too. Only a 4K gold difference. And at 25 minutes in, that means a lot less than at 16 minutes in.
Exactly. As LeBlanc. Wait, I swear Xayah was on the map. I swear. I saw for a moment there was a Xayah, but apparently she's going AFK at the base for the next 27 seconds. As, yep, with that player down, no objectives on the map. Sean Bean trying to split top and bottom, considering that mid lane is still going to have those super minions pushing that in for a while yet. Inhibitor spawning shortly, though, so they got to keep that in mind. Jack's going to clear the top and then back. So
yeah, I went back and checked. It might have been a bug. Zaya was there, but I only assume it was a bug.
It might have been a spectator issue, perhaps.
Right, it is a small indie company.
Small indie company. Spectator bugs all the time. That's all right. Moving into the bottom lane, second tier turret. They're gonna clear a little bit of damage, but 4 members of Team Moist gonna run out from the base. As it's actually 5 with Rayla coming around from the mid lane as well.
Pretty terrifying too. They just squatted up, just ran at him. The Warwick and Leona in front. Red team quickly backed off there, well, as they should. As
Team Moist is behind, if they find the right fighting positions, they could definitely still make a play, especially if Raylick is able to clear Draven. Cosmic Xayah going to fall once again to the LeBlanc, and Raylick has to ult backwards out of 4 members. That is not what you want to see for the side of Team Moist, and now they have to run. Raylick ultimate stolen by Salic as a nice hook comes through onto Fiora. Thresh says it's time to engage. Let's go. Leona ultimate lands onto 3 members, but I don't know if that's even going to be enough. Raylick goes golden inside and 4 players. Circled up, he is going to get out for now, but Leona has already fallen. Sparkle Paws is just getting chunked out by the Draven, who's been completely untouched this entire fight with great positioning. Leona ult really needs to land on the Draven, not everyone else, as you went to Jared is just walking his team in for the victory.
Yeah, the only pick that matters right now is Draven. Right now, blue team's win condition is kill Draven. If they kill Draven, they might have a chance of the rest of the fight, but without Draven dying, there's nothing they can do.
Well, that's where you gotta give Iron Hands credit for his peel. He used that Locket of Iron Solari so well, and by him aggressively going in underneath the turret, it basically took everyone's attention. Oh, Draven gonna be caught out here. He's been feared up. I think he might go down. He flashes, and once again, the Thresh play keeps him alive as he's starting to throw out daggers from off to this side. Leona comes in, finds the stun onto the Draven. Everyone's ignoring Jared until Raylick finally says, I'll take you down, get that shutdown gold for myself. Thresh also falls, and ladies and gentlemen, that is practically an ace as 44 just respawned from the base.
A little bit of an overstep by Draven there. It really cost him the entire fight. And again, you know, we've casted together before. We talked about before. Those bounties are so crucial and so important. Even after Team... what's Blue Team's name?
Team Moist.
Team Moist, right. Even after Team Moist lost a couple fights pretty heavily...
Oh, 44 stepping in. Rayla gonna chase her out. Cosmic Xayah extremely low. Wait, with the Baron help. 44 picks up 1. Cologne's gonna go down, still alive, hopping away. Fallen Angel on the chase, just trying to keep this LeBlanc away from the Baron. But with all of this chase potential going through, nice parry used by Fiora. That means the Baron has been pulled off of. Infinite Duress used and lost by Warwick. 44 still playing with her food. What a distortion, but Raylick was waiting for her. Cleans her up as Sean B and the rest of the team now start up the Baron themselves.
Yeah, unfortunately, Team Moist has supers sitting in their base, so they might not be able to contest this. They're going to have to look for a steal play here.
Warwick around the corner. He could potentially steal it away. Gonna step in, be hooked up. Raylick goes in, finds himself a kill onto the Silas, but the Baron still goes over to the side of Sean Bean. The ultimate backwards will set him up for a little bit of damage. There's 3 members of Sean Bean here, slowly burning each one down. You went to Jared. You're gonna stay alive for the rest of the fight, and that means Sean Bean with Baron take massive control over the game.
That death sentence just saved Draven's life. Mid-fight, Iron Hands landed a death sentence onto the Echo that would have killed Jared and Draven right in the middle of the fight. Could have swayed how that fight went.
28 kills to 37. Middle inhibitor gonna fall a second time. Bot lane inhibitor already gone. The flash forward from Iron Hands with the Hex Flash. It's a little bit of a fun time. Why not try to do something cool? As the 3rd Wind Drake's gonna be picked up. Gonna make it even harder to lock down this LeBlanc or Draven because their movement speed is just going to be absolute poggers.
Poggers?
Poggers.
Poggers.
So poggers.
Xayah does have the IE completed now, along with the Phantom Dancer, so hopefully she'll be able to start being a little bit more relevant in these fights. But I think really, at this point, Xayah needs to look for something like a Lord Dominix to bring some oomph into the fights. Her autos are just probably doing a quarter of Draven right now.
Rayla going to be engaged upon, ults backwards, and trying to hop away, gets himself out. Salix stealing away the ultimate, trying to set up for Merciful Vendetta, finds a nice ultimate of her own. Jackson coming from the side, 44. Sliver of health, goes golden, trying to hop over the wall, ignited. She should fall off to the side. Really is going to be able to secure that. Salix finally goes down. It's going to be enough. And that is 3 quick kills for Team Moist, and they're untouched after that.
Yeah, again, you see them fighting without their Draven. Draven has 217 gold, 17k. He's up 5k on compared to any other member on his team. Raylick now right behind him in gold. They cannot fight if Jared is not there.
And Raylick is doing a really good job of baiting out these spells from Sean Bean as a team, and able to still stay alive between the golden stopwatch and Zanya's, between his own ultimate and plenty of dashes. Everyone says, Raylick is the target, let's kill Raylick, but they can't lock him down fast enough, and the rest of the team is catching up in damage.
Yeah, also, I mean, Sparkle Paws and Merciful Vendetta also playing those fights really, really well. They didn't have Xayah for that fight either, but like you said, they have so much damage between the Warwick, between the Echo, and the Fiora, they didn't even need Xayah there.
That's the key. As the game gets later and later, we're pushing into the 32-minute mark. Somebody in the chat said way back when, about that 14-minute point, if the game goes, if blue team is going to win, it's going to be a long game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is a long game. And it looks like blue team is setting themselves up fairly pretty. The gold lead drops down to only a 4,000 gold difference between the two. Baron going to be up here in a little bit, but still sitting on Sean Bean as they're going to be pushing through the mid lane. Back away, though.
And Draven is at his full item power spec. From here, it's blue team catching up. Draven does not get any stronger from here. That is the only benefit right now that they have.
Oh, 44 getting a little bit of vision with the distortion.
Oh.
Death sentence from Iron Hands lands, but it's only on Leona. Oh, Salix steals that ulti away from Leona, so he's got that available when they decide to pull the trigger. But as they're pushing on the bottom side, Team Moist says, let's reset, get some health, wait for the next opportunity to go in.
And Raylick has also just achieved full mass with full build. And that auto, one auto from Jared on Raylick there did 725 damage. He is hitting like a truck right now.
He's got double spinning blades ready to go to knock down this bottom lane inhibitor. Baron has worn off. Sparkle Paws trying to make the engage happen. Fear not going to land. Nice play from the Thresh to start things off, as both teams are once again fighting for position. Oh, the Dark Passage has been burned. LeBlanc just hops her way over the wall. So keep that in mind. It's not going to be available to pull Draven out of trouble if someone tries to hop in and secure him. And that is, again, the target for Team Moist. They want this Draven. You went to Jared stepping forward aggressively. They are going to secure themselves that inhibitor. Super Minions pushing through the mid now. Top lane has been pushed pretty heavily by Team Moist. Just the wave pressing over.
Slow pushing up there, yeah.
Slow pushing to the side. Sean Bean, though,
44.
progression forward.
44 is just up there looking for those picks, which I really, really like to see. Whenever Distortion is up, she's using it. Xayah opting to look for the GA rush now, which I cannot disagree with, given how one fight can determine the game right now. She does have that stopwatch, so hopefully she'll make something come from it.
So it looks like Sean Bean has decided to lay off the pressure, instead reset for a fight around the Drake. I don't think that it's been seen by Team Moist, but they're going to be making pings for the Baron anyway, which is going to spawn in about 15 seconds. If they clear this Elder super quickly, they can actually fight for Baron, but it's going to be a close one.
Ah, red team has 4 dragons. I don't know if I trade Elder for Baron here. They're going to have to give up both at this rate. Xayah recalling for some reason. This is not good. There is some mixture in communication happening right now. Sean Bean is about to get Elder and Baron and look to end the game off of it.
They're getting the vision down as well. Team Moist undecided. Oh, Cosmic Zaya was probably typing to a teammate. Going to be played backwards. Lantern brings in the Draven, most likely for the kill. As Jax gets dropped by Rayleigh inside the Baron pit. He's got a double kill. Leona, sacrificial lamb that keeps Cosmic Zaya alive. And now Sparkle Paws and Rayleigh beating away on the Baron. There's no jungle available, no smite. You went to Jared, going to be dropped. He's down. The Draven has fallen. Sparkle Paws is still alive. LeBlanc trying to chase this in. Hops forward with distortion. The Thresh flash hook lands and should secure a kill onto Sparkle Paws. Iron Paws stealing away yet another kill, but no Baron for Sean Bean.
That was practically a 3v5. I don't know why Fiora did not go to the fight.
Trying to clear the minions maybe on this bottom side, but still impressive from Team Moist at this point in the game to win in a 4v, or as you said, 3v fight, considering that Cosmic Zaya was pushed out very early onto the fight, and a lot of that was off Rayleigh's play at that Baron buff. 44th hopping forward, Fiora gonna chase her down. Dark Passage gets her out alive. Ultimate still being used though by Fallen Angel, and 44 tries to get the chains coming down, but a nice parry from the Fiora says no thank you. Alright, 34 kills to 40 at the moment. Sean Bean, or as the chat is saying, Scene Bond, still doing well for themselves. 4,000 gold in the lead, make it 5,000 gold. But as time has shown, Team Moist can make some nice counterplays. Ormat's trying to take away the Baron solo style. Hiding at the back of this. Zaya trying to clear out the Supermans on the bottom side. Warwick's around the corner. Jax is here, going to try to smite the Baron down. LeBlanc might be in trouble. Immediately hops away. Baron secured by Sean Bean. Sparkle Paws drops away with a nice infinite duress. Keeps himself getting chained up. Leona drops the Draven. Thresh pulling this Echo towards his team, allowing Jax to go in. The ultimate back from Echo, but he's gone before he can finish off the Thresh. And the Warwick falls as well, making a triple for the Draven, who's feeling really good to himself, trying to two-shot Cosmic Zaya. LeBlanc says, oh, I'll do it for you. Who gets the kill? Who gets the kill? Silas is the one who sneaks it away. Salix securing that, and there is the surrender from Team Moist, knowing the game is already over. GG for the side of Team Sean Bean.
It was painful.
Too painful?
Too painful. Couldn't handle it.
Hashtag too painful. Too much.
Hashtag too painful. Too much.
All right, let's run through MVPs and honorable mentions for this game.
All right. So for Blue Team, honorable mention I will give to Sparkle Paws for trying to find those plays, trying to move with Rayleigh to objectives. I did see some good duo plays, some good communication coming out of there. MVP, unsurprisingly, going to Rayleigh for popping off, trying to make something happen, getting a couple double kills. That double kill on her Baron was really, really crucial and good. I think that's about it for Blue Team there. For Red Team, honorable mention goes to two people. 44 and you went to Jared.
You can't give it to two people.
I can't give it to two people, but how could you pick between the two? Jared playing so well on the Draven, and 44 finding the picks and doing so well against Rayleigh, claimed to be the MVP of the game, or the highest ranked player of the game, the champion to beat, champion squad.
Well, then who got MVP if you're going to give an honorable mention to you went to Jared?
I think Iron Hands deserves the MVP. While Jared played good on the Draven, I don't think you can disagree with me that those death sentences, those flays, those lanterns were so good. So good. As a support player, you must feel something about that.
They were pretty
You need
insane.
not follow.
Give me one
but
second.
you must witness.
It's alright, it's alright. I'm not here. It's cool.
No,
I'm
doing too many things.
I insist.
Thank you, Song Life, for the follow. Appreciate that. We're going to get game number 3 up here just shortly. But no, I agree that a lot of Draven's success was off of this Thresh's work. His hooks, his flays, and as I talked about at the very beginning, his pressure in the early game to shove the enemy team underneath their turret by not throwing too many hooks, just enough that it made the bottom lane for the side of Team Moist have to play safe and defensively in case he threw out hooks, was so smart. It allowed Draven to get a really nice CS lead, which then, when he finally found his first couple of kills, was just rolled him into being miles ahead of everyone else. Someone was asking to show the damage charts, so let's go ahead and switch over to those damage charts and show
While
you guys.
you do that,
Go ahead.
thank you, Cody, for the reminder. The play in Baron Pit, which could have turned the tide of the entire game, that death sentence from Ironton's landing on Relic was everything. That was... Relic was mid... Someone go back and clip that, please. That was one of the greatest, most crucial plays of that entire game.
Super
Relic
good.
was about to pop Draven. Iron Hands comes with death sentence, grabs him, I'm pretty sure mid-dash, says nope, and gets him popped instantly.
Insane plays. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Sean Bean, your victors for game number 2, but we'll be right back with game number 3. For those of you that are discussing, we are going to, or trying to sign up to play. Game 3 has already been secured by 2 teams, as this is the Tuesday night team night games, but we'll be back with a, well, depending on the time, we'll probably do, as there's a bunch of you, do a game 4. However, unfortunately, we do have to sign off with Smartest, as he is going to be playing in game number 3. So we'll be bringing in Otter for the duo caster for game number 3. Thank you, Smartest, for your amazing casting. We look forward to seeing you play. And, yep, show us your skills.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Jake. I will be playing an off roll, so we'll get some spicy stuff going.
Spicy stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with game number 3. Don't go anywhere, as it should be very short to get that one set up.